Good evening, everyone. It's Tom Sidney Bushnell, aka Numbers, here from Psych Club from Tom Numbers Show. News with Tom Numbers and top of your game. And I've got my buddy, there's always very debonair and top of his game, Mr. Matt Geiger from MIDAS Gold, our official sponsor for the show. How are you, buddy?
Tom, how the hell are you? Good to see you, buddy.
I'm good, man. I'm very good. Yeah. You've gone from the Vincent into
something else. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going around on Friday when we did the episode, I was telling people, I'm like, yeah, I'm Vincent from Collateral Damage.
Yeah.
Because you should have seen the boots are actually the cool part. My boots are actually I buy them from Freebird. I'm like, okay. Freebird makes, we'll give them a little sponsorship here. Freebird makes like the best boots. The coolest boots.
Are they like kind of cowboy pointed boots?
They do that too, but they do like the what do they call it? The something punk, not Daft Punk, but it's some style. Anyway, they make some really cool stuff. So anybody out there, if you're looking for boots, go to freebird.com, and I have no incentive to tell you that other than they make cool stuff.
Okay, I'll have to look. I remember Lynyrd Skynyrd's song Freebird, which is about 10 minutes long, which is a great song. I remember that. Yeah, yeah. You know what? Right off the bat, I've got something to show you. So do you remember about maybe 2, maybe 3 shows ago, I talked about Indiana Jones?
Yes. So
Indiana Jones in numbers, A is 1, B is 2, C is 3. Indiana Jones is 115, which is 11-5, which is the November 5th election. If you do Raiders of the Lost Ark, that's 224, which is 2024. You just drop the 0 in that instance. Right. You add them together, 339, which is Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Anyway, this is what popped up in today's. This is what happened in today's newspaper. So here we go. Ready? This is today's Daily Star. Daily Star is actually 109, spells the word 17, witness, Psych Club, my channel, Diana Spencer's approved, all those good things. Saturday, like Back to the Future next Saturday night. Anyway, here we go. Are you ready for this?
Ready.
So, Indiana Jones and the Indomitable Mr. Mop.
Mrs. Mop.
Sorry, Mrs. Mop. There you go. I'm glad you can read it.
Okay.
Mrs. Mop. Now I'll show you again. So also, I think I made a reference to Nugget, and I said, Matt will give you golden nuggets, you know. So look at the top corner of this show. Can you read what the top one is?
Revealed how cleaner thwarted MI6 spooks in Hunt for the Holy Grail.
Yeah, and then the one over in the top left corner. Sorry, the top right corner with Nigella Lawson.
Nigella Chicken Nugget Shame.
Yeah. And what color is that writing in?
In gold.
See? So, future proofs past, buddy. I mean, I made the point on the show with Indiana Jones. I think I might have done a tweet about it as well, but I mentioned, you know, Matt will send you, you know, some gold, a golden nugget. And then there it is. It never faileth. It's always fun because you never know how it is going to transpire. But I'm looking at like, whoa.
The junior covers of these magazines? Have you seen any of that stuff?
Which one?
There's a bunch of them. There's one where in 1999, I think it was the Inquirer. I own it. I bought it off eBay. You can still find them for like nothing, but it's the Inquirer. And inside, once you open up the magazine,
yeah,
you know, will Trump run for president?
Yeah, okay.
It's from 99.
Yeah.
So these little tabloids, whatever you want to call them, there's a lot of nuggets in these things, a lot of them over the years too. The whole time.
Golden nuggets.
Golden nuggets.
This is another thing. So this woman, Nigella Lawson, is a famous TV chef here in England.
Okay, I don't recognize her. That's why.
Yeah, but I've always likened her unto a swan because the way she talks to the camera, she's quite sultry, quite seductive, and she kind of makes love with the camera. And she's very kind of statuesque, very hourglass. And I've always just thought, I said to Mark Atwood once, I said, she's like a swan. She just reminds me of a swan.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's some codes and numbers around this about a black swan event. And so when you do Nigella chicken nugget shame, when you add all that up together, it comes to 233, which comes to the 10 days of darkness, which comes to John Fitzgerald Kennedy as well, 233. And I've been saying, I feel that come November 5th through to Veterans Day. Is it Veterans Day? The 11th of November, or Remembrance Day here in the UK, that'd be a week to remember. And they talk about the 10 days of darkness, so maybe it goes on for 10 days. There's another thing about this. When you do Indiana Jones and the Indomitable Mrs. Mop plus Daily Star, it comes to 474. So 474 is a great kind of palindrome number.
Palindrome, yeah.
Yeah, and it also comes to, how do I say it? Well, I'll just say it. It also comes to Kansas City, Missouri, 245, skyrocket downwards. President Trump talks about the skyrocket downwards, or skyrocket downward, I should say, when he gave his farewell address and said, I'll see you soon. Anyway, I don't know. I'd spoken to someone else off screen about this 474 number. They know who they are. And I told them 245 plus 229 comes to 474, which comes to Kansas City, Missouri, skyrocket downward. Anyway, I'm just saying. So I'm always grateful for the codes. But Indiana Jones, we did it 2 or 3 shows ago. And I said, Matt will give you some golden nuggets, and it's, so,
Yeah, the better news is I don't give golden nuggets. I give you actual gold bars or gold coin, the pure stuff. The nuggets, that's unrefined.
Exactly. And talking of nuggets or gold things, what about Trump's golden sneakers?
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I wish I would have gotten in. He just showed up at SneakerCon, had a sneaker line, and whoever got a pair. And I think you could have bought 2. But here they're going for $10,000, $15,000 now. See, I would have bought 2 pairs, wore a pair, and then sold a pair. Or probably would have just kept.
What brand are they made? Is it Trump brand or
Trump brand? Yeah. I wound up buying here. I'll do your.
And where did SneakerCon take place?
I don't know. I have no idea. But I got these. I picked those up.
Nice. POTUS 45. Yeah, POTUS 45.
So those
Space Force effect. Space Force 45.
Then they had the red ones, which are the red wave. He called it the red wave. But he's just mocking these people in their faces. And he's signaling gold. He's literally, this is how he does it, whether it be with his hair, with his shoe.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know how else he can make it more obvious to get into gold than to come out with a ridiculous gold pair of sneakers that, those things would look so absurd. They're like moon shoes.
I know.
But
do you want to pull it up again, Matt? Because I've just seen some numbers.
This is a different pair. This is the one that was still available. I just got them. I think I'm going to put them on display. I'm not going to wear them.
So that's POTUS 45 or 45T. POTUS 45. POTUS is 91, which is Space Force, which is freedom, which is liberty. Which is, sorry, not freedom, correction. For freedom is 66. But the word I was going to say was future. So like Back to the Future. Now, when I saw these come out, it made me think of Marty McFly's super boots in Back to the Future too.
Yeah.
And you've got a MAGA Trump. You've got a guy with a red cap, like a kind of almost like a matador colored jacket, like a kind of orangey gold and burnt orange kind of silvery jacket, shiny jacket walking across, and it's a MAGA Trump.
Yeah.
And it's when Marty's there with the hologram with the Jaws 19. I went through that with you before. But it made me think of his shoes. And obviously, we've spoken about the reference with Shaq's shoes, like some serious foot. So there's all that going on. So it's like sneakers have come out. But when you look at those numbers, POTUS 45, which I've just done then. I didn't know that existed until you showed me. 45 is obviously the 45th president. 45 is the word effect. It's also a spade, like ace of spades. POTUS 45 or Space Force 45. President Trump, my very first video I did back in May of 2020, I referenced a Space Force flag ceremony, and he talked about, he holds all the cards, and he talked about the Space Force and the Ace of Spades and 17 and all the rest of it. Anyway, so Space Force 45 adding together is 136. And what special character is referenced there? Marty McFly, 136. 136 is Marty McFly, which is POTUS 45. And I'm sure I'm not the only one that thought about Back to the Future when you saw Trump's special shoes. And 136 is also Great Awakening, but it's also stock market. So look at the parallels. Trump's golden sneakers, stock market. What have you and me been talking about for the last few weeks, Matt? And President Trump referenced that these guys are at the top of their game.
I got a message from a mutual friend about a stock market crash today.
Did you?
I did. I don't like to, as Trump would say, prognosticate these things. I don't want to scare.
What a great word.
Yeah, what a great word, right? I would never have known that word if it weren't for Trump. I don't want to say these things because I don't want to be that like scare guy. I don't want to be that person to scare people. But it's like if you're getting the information, it seems like it's where it could be headed. It could be headed. You have an IRA, 401k, get it out of the way, right?
Yeah.
I'm a poet and I don't even know it, right? You have an IRA or 401k, get it the hell out of the way. Yeah, it's scary because, we've been anticipating this thing coming down for, years. People thought even when Trump was getting elected, everybody thought Hillary was going to win. And they said, okay, there goes the stock market, right? And then Trump won, thing went up like a rocket ship.
Yeah.
But I think there comes a time where it's about time that this thing comes down, and I think at that point, I think you're going to have to restructure the whole system. I think the way people invest are different. We've talked about it before. Remember, we talked about AMC stock and GameStop, right? Where they shorted the group of Reddit users, as the story goes, they got together and bought up the stock. Well, the hedge funds called up those when they were losing tens of billions of dollars. They called up the trading platform and said, put a stop to this. Stop it now. The whole thing's rigged. That's what told me back in 2020. The whole thing is it's a joke.
Yeah.
I think what gold and silver represent is extracting your money, putting in a safe place. You hold on for a period of time. Let's say your money does nothing. Let's say it just sits there, collects dust. Not a bad thing. Not a bad idea.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's only going to, if you just hold it, it's going to go up in value because the other things that represent value, like stock markets, bond markets, all these other markets are going to crash. So it's like, where's that actual money going to go? It's going to go into commodities and precious metals. And it's going to happen this year, people. President Trump has said Biden will crash the stock market, which, as you've correctly said, the bond market, etc., all of those markets are going to go because they're fictitious. They're fiat.
The way it works is the stock market, right? And the stock market's confidence comes from the debt market. As long as the debt market's stable, everything's good. The stock market, you can manipulate it however you want. But once people start losing confidence in the debt market, and once you start seeing problems there, that's where the confidence is lost in the stock market. That money disappears, right? That money flows somewhere. Where's it going to go? The commodities. It's going to go to the tangibles. Ideally gold and silver, but at a certain point, I don't think people are going to be able to get gold and silver. So maybe they're stuck in coffee or coffee beans or soybeans or corn. It's probably a better place. It's a better place to put your money than stocks, in my view, at a time like this, right? Tangibles. Think of commodities as synonymous with the word tangibles. Right? So you can hold.
Well, POTUS 45 is 136. It's stock market and it's Marty McFly, 136. Great awakening. People are going to get a great awakening. And we're ready, sir. We're ready.
We're ready. I'm ready.
We're ready. We're ready. We've been ready for nearly 4 years now. We're ready. I thought as soon as I realized what was going on in 2020, I was like, it's going to happen yesterday. And now we're here, 4 years. I didn't know the pause was coming, but nevertheless, it's come.
Now I have to ask you, when are you coming out to Arizona? I have a bunch of people here that are looking for you.
Really?
Yes. Good people. Don't worry. Not bad people.
I love Arizona. And we'll talk. I'd love to be out there because it's still a little chilly here. And I've spent some good time out there and I do love it. It's a magical place, Arizona.
It's the time of year. I'll tell you that. Yeah, Arizona is magical, especially up in Sedona. I know people call Sedona like cursed or whatever. It's like, it's beautiful up there, man. I get a good vibe up there.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, Sedona. I think that's where Greg Braden is around. I think he's up in Sedona or around there sometimes. I know he does workshops and things up there, but the Red Rock, I love, yeah. And then you got the crater, moon boots, Trump's moon boots, and you got the and then you got the Grand Canyon. And if you do, this is interesting. So if you do Arizona, Grand Canyon, no, the Grand Canyon, Arizona comes to 233. John Fitzgerald Kennedy, gold-backed digital currency.
You know, gold
yeah. The 10 days of darkness, 233. You know, comes to those things. It even comes to Tom Bushnell numbers, I believe. Yeah, it does. Yeah. Quantum leap reverse 233, which was this thing on here. So the gold, the Grand Canyon, Arizona is 233. Nigella chicken nugget shame. It's brilliant. I love it. I love it how it all works. But yeah, I do want to be out there. I love it out there.
We should do a tabloids episode. I'll pull out the tabloids that I have and we'll analyze them.
Because they'll be there, like probably things like the Inquirer, because that always gets. So that's what they do. They can tell you in jest. It's information warfare is a meme warfare, and they're effective, aren't they? You know, it's like you had the whole thing with the high heels, the sanctimonious and all that. You know, so it's like it's a meme warfare, but the tabloids, and particularly this. I mean, you got the Star, you got the Sun, the Mirror. Here you got the Express, the Mail. Even some of the main ones have it. Definitely the Daily Star. Daily Star is 109 in numbers, and if you spell out the word 17, it comes to 109, and it's like it's right there. And I'm like, wow. And so yeah, probably National Enquirer and some others will have some great memes, great stuff, and great headlines we can decode.
I got the Michael Jackson cover from 2010.
Have you?
And it talks about Junior at the top.
Does it?
You should have a look at that. I should send you some photos.
Send me that. I'll do some codes on
it. Prepared and talk.
Yeah.
I'll get you. Yeah. You know what I should do is just get you a copy because they're like $10.
Okay.
No one thinks to look in these things, and I realized a couple of years ago, I'm like, I think these tabloids are communicating something. And I couldn't put it together. I don't have your set of skills, and I was like, let's just get it. This is all the useless stuff. I wouldn't say useless, but this is the stuff that I acquire that I'm going to send to your viewers. And by the way, to your viewers, I'm getting it together. I had a 3-day weekend. Just give me a chance. I'll mail it to you this week.
There you go. Matt's the postman. He always delivers.
I always deliver. Always.
Karl Malone.
Yeah.
No, it's John Stockton. Who was the postman? Was it Karl Malone or John Stockton?
Karl Malone.
Karl Malone. Utah Jazz. And yeah. So Matt,
I don't know if I really want to be related to Karl Malone though. He's had some problems that you can look into. But I'll take.
Okay.
Maybe we can.
I'll just let you take the thing of being the postman. Yeah.
Yeah. We could redeem the title.
Yeah. Everything's getting redeemed. Dark to light. Everything's coming back. But yeah, Arizona, and the Grand Canyon. I remember seeing that for the first time. Well, the only time I've seen it in this lifetime, and it's like, and I'd been kind of told it, but they said it's like it's too much information visually to take in. It felt like a painting. That's what it felt like. And then the more I looked at it, I was like, this thing goes on for miles and miles. I'm like, I didn't see. So you could probably keep looking at it for like a week or a month and just still keep seeing new stuff. There's so much. It's just amazing. It's so beautiful. It's amazing. I mean, and I've heard, and some people have said, no, it's not the case, but who knows? I've heard that maybe that was an ancient, like a space mine for gold. I don't know, but the numbers come to gold-backed digital currency.
I think the Grand Canyon has
Grand Canyon, Arizona.
Look into it. Grand Canyon has pyramids in it.
Right.
Pyramids exist in the Grand Canyon. It's very sectioned off. It's very controlled.
Really?
I bet you there's thousands of tons of gold in that place.
Yeah, I'm sure there is.
There's a lot more gold supply, which I wouldn't deter people from buying gold because of that. It's just there's a lot more gold below ground and above ground for that matter than they exist. I think they say there's 200,000 metric tons of gold. It's BS. It's a lie. There's a lot more.
I used to hit so over my shoulder. I've got the tennis racket, and I'm friends with Pat Cash, the Wimbledon champion. Yes. And I grew up being told somewhere in the ether that all the gold in the world could be fitted within like a cubic tennis court. So if you had the tennis court size and then like kind of up to where the fence would be, that was all the gold in the world. I was like, well, I guess it's still quite a lot, but really it's minuscule, you know.
BS.
Yeah. You know what, buddy? I'm going to watch the film. I've mentioned this before. I don't know if I've mentioned it on our show together, but there's a film called Tenet, Tenet.
I'll watch it. We were talking about it.
Were we?
We were. You don't remember that on the episode?
I'm sure. Well, I remember. I know I talk about it a lot, so it's no surprise.
Okay.
Yeah,
we spoke about it. We spoke about it.
Yeah. So I'm going to get to watch it again this weekend, and I haven't seen it for a couple of years, but it's real eye candy. So it came out in 2020, and you've got the bit. Actually, we might not be able to show it because we might get stopped on YouTube.
2020 Christopher Nolan.
Yeah, maybe don't show it though, Matt, because we might not be able to put the video out. But there's a part in there where there's a kind of heist with an aeroplane smashing into a hangar, and what falls out the back end? Thousands and thousands of gold bars. And it was like, they're just telling us what's been going on this last year during 2020, because you know the things flying around then were saying there's all these, because that was the thing. If you remember, during 2020 there was loads of flights with all the flight bans. Like, what's going on? So there was regular airplanes moving around, and they say, in fact, I mean, President Trump's alluded to it in tweets. Jan Halper-Hayes has talked about it. So gold was being moved from certain places in Italy and other places back to the US and other places where it needed to go. So all the gold was being redistributed.
Right.
And Tenet, Christopher Nolan, he's just won the battle with Oppenheimer, probably win the Academy Award, etc. But out the back, these massive crates of gold falling out the back end of the plane and all smashed on the ground, like ting ting ting, all over the runway. I was like, when have you ever seen that? I mean, maybe there's been in some heist movie, but it came out in 2020, and they had all reference to lockdowns and shutdowns and masks and everything, all bang on time. And I was watching it with the people in the cinema, and they're just like all masked up, and I'm not wearing one, and they're eating their popcorn, and I'm like, do you realize what you're watching? They're in masks and you're in masks, and none of them seem to bat an eyelid at it. No laugh, just as well. I'm like, you know, sometimes you've got to tell them, but sometimes you have to really tell them, you know. But Tenet's got all the gold, you know, all there.
Amazing. I put it on my movie to watch list.
Yeah. So you've not seen it yet?
No. You recommended it a couple episodes ago, like 2 weeks ago.
Okay. Yeah.
And I did.
Well, I haven't ruined it for you with that. It's just a feature in the film, but it's like,
you ruined it, Tom. You ruined it. I can't watch it.
It's laden with so much stuff. It's like, it's a real mind bender. I watched it.
Yeah.
Like 13, maybe 12, 13 times in the cinema as it was on. I kept coding it. I'm in there working stuff out in my head, remembering all these points.
I
didn't even have, I was just like, and then I talk about it on my show, you know. And so, I'm getting a chance to watch it again at the weekend, and it's just, but it's full of gold,
man. It's a simple solution. It's a real simple solution. It's like, give all their countries back their gold, right? Step one. Step two, you set the price of gold at some astronomical amount of money, right? That might encourage, I think that would encourage people to turn their gold in. Just say, hey, I'll sell my gold at 20,000 an ounce. Here you go, state government. And it'd be to the state government. It wouldn't be to the federal. We'll get rid of the federal. And then you strengthen your state by turning in your gold, right? And then you have, the states have to compete, right? The way the country is supposed to work is it's supposed to work that, you know, Texas is supposed to compete against California, right? Or any other state. Yeah. It's competition. It's almost like the way we compete against other countries. We need to do that internally because that strengthens us as a country. You want states competing. Yeah. And that's where, if you start that kind of competition, what happens in California? California loses instantly. Then you get new leadership. People are sick of it. They're like, hey, we want to compete. We want a piece of this action that people in Texas are getting, right? They'll demand it. So then what happens? Then you have real elections. Then you have people that really stand up. And I think I always look back to the organic way of doing it, right? It always has to come organically. It can't just be the government like Nassar Jassar. That's why I think Nassar Jassar is bullshit. is because it's the government saying, yes, we're going to get you your money back and come to us, trust us, we're the government, we're here to help, right? That's the whole message of Nassar Jassar. That's why I call BS on it, right? I think what it comes down to is I think it comes down to states competing against other states, right? And depending what state you're in, maybe you have certain resources, right? Maybe you have certain, if you're in Iowa, right, you control the corn, right? You control corn. If you're in, Texas, hey, you control oil, or at least a lot of the oil. All these states have something to offer, and they need to be, right? There needs to be competition. Competition brings out the best in everybody.
Yeah.
No one should be afraid of competition. Competition's a good thing.
I remember President Trump talking about, well, we've mentioned before, but he said about level playing field. So level playing field is 176, November the 5th, Back to the Future. Makes me think of those golden sneakers again with Martin McFly. In terms of Nassar Jassar, so whether it would be named that or not, I don't know, but I like the principles of it, of returning the wealth back to the people, and then technologies and stuff coming out. Yes. Whatever it's named or not, something's coming that's going to be really good for humanity, which allows them to compete. And I like the numbers of Nassar Jassar because it comes to 109, which spells 17. So whether it's named that or given a different name, who knows?
I think there's elements of it that could be true. For example, and I think we talked about this in the last episode, but we'll just rehash it. I think you have to sue the banks out of existence and bring them to court and show people right through a court process, hey, here's what these banks have been doing. Yeah. And using your money, right? So people are like, what the hell's going on? And then you sue them. You win a massive settlement, but it's like what do they call it? The group settlements, the mass settlements they do against, So
it's the RICO's, but then there's the other one, isn't there? Where, I know what you mean. Happened in Aaron Brockovich, like everybody's, what's it called? Yeah. I know what you mean. Yeah.
Right. Group settle, whatever it is. But everybody gets a fraction of
the settlement.
A fraction of the settlement. So it's like, sure, will people get their money back? Sure. Do I think so? Yeah. Through a court process, I think they'll be sued out of existence. Their assets will be seized. Yeah. These banks, Columbia University in New York City. Columbia University, when I lived in New York City, they were my landlord. Right. Because they owned real estate, right? They buy the buildings in the area. You don't have to go to Columbia, right? Yeah. They were my landlord. At the end of the day, they had a property manager, but that property manager hired by Columbia University on 116th Street. Yeah. So these institutions, these banks, colleges, you name it, they have wealth in all kinds of places, markets, real estate, gold, silver, you name it. They have all kinds of holdings. Yeah. These will be stripped from them, removed from them through a court process, through the legal process, restoring law and order, because that's important, right? This needs to happen the legal way. It has to happen through the court processes. You need to go through the avenues of the courts.
Back to the people.
Do I think people will get money back after what's about to happen? Sure. But if you turn that money into, let's say, gold or silver, or there's other asset classes, real estate, whatever, I don't think it'll be quite as devalued. I think our group of people, our community, has been given the insights so that we can take action before this stuff happens. Yeah. And then our friends on the other side of the aisle that have been wearing masks and are, quadruple boosted, those are the people that are going to have to sit there and go through hell to be like, okay, is my money going to come back to me? They might have to wait a couple of years. I think it's going to be really important to have dry powder ready to go to reinvest, right? Your gold and silver, dry powder, ready to go, ready to reinvest at the right time. It's going to be business, new markets, new everything. You want a piece of that action from the beginning. That's what the investment opportunities, it's like, okay, and I'll talk to your audience. If you have an IRA or 401k, okay, your investment opportunities, you might think the market's going to go up. Maybe it's down a little bit and you want to wait till it goes back up so that when you pull out and go to gold and silver, right, you're not taking that loss. Let me tell you something. I don't think that's the case. I think what you need to do is you need to get out of those assets, sit in place, wait out the storm. And on the other side, that's where the exciting investment opportunities are. It's not right now. It's not right now. Yeah. It's like, think about it. We're gonna need to fill in. We're gonna probably be an isolationist country for a good period of time, where we're just producing our own stuff. Everybody in this country is gonna have an opportunity to open up their own business, become entrepreneurs. I don't need to be an entrepreneur. I could say, hey, you know what you're doing in XYZ area? Here's 10 grand. Go start the business. I want X% of the profits. Oh, you're in this business. Here's 10 grand. Go start your bit. You know, that's what you can do with your money.
Yeah.
So much opportunity. There's going to be incredible opportunity. It's not right now. It's a facade.
Yeah. Yeah. You can help people do. If someone's better at something than you are, then get them to do it and just support them. Yeah. That's the best way.
Yeah.
That's the best
Made in
way.
America, baby. Made in America. Made in the USA.
Yeah. It says America first, which is millennium. America first. America, Donald money, America first. 122. Kansas City. All things go back to Kansas, baby.
Yeah, exactly.
Wizard of Oz.
It was interesting you were talking about that. Remember Trump used to take the poll at the rallies? What do you like better, folks? Made in America or made in the USA? Right? He was talking to us. He was telling us we're going to make our own stuff again.
Yes.
Back in business. Back in business.
Yeah. And the whole thing with the level playing field as well. I think I said this during our other show. So I think once all of this has got to the other end, and it might be, it will start, I think, within this year, particularly towards the end. But then there'll be other, things building because it's a transition to greatness. But I think when all is said and done, I think we'll get to a point where everyone has the same or access to the same funds. Because if you've got someone in the corner, like a conglomerate, a business or whatever, even if they're a good business, unless it's like kind of guarded by the angels of God and everybody knows it consciously, you can't just have this thing in the corner that can still gobble everyone else up, because then you're in. And that's what President Trump says when he says a level playing field. He says it's the only way people can compete. So once they've got that level playing field, i.e. oxygen in their lungs, financial security and abundance, then they can compete, i.e. their God-given talents and abilities can shine. So we've got gifts that have been activated and there's more to come, and the same with everybody else. And it's like, that's when you can fully shine and grow, and you can grow this great economy, this future economy.
What are most billionaires? Most billionaires have taken over an industry. They have a monopoly on an industry.
Yeah.
Right. So you have to, it's partial about finances, but it's also enforcing monopoly laws. What do they call them? The
anti-competition laws.
No, not anti-competition laws. It's
not anti-competition. The reverse of that. So it's like you can't
forget it. Basically anti-monopoly laws. Something where you can't. Not one person can control an industry, right? That's what happened.
No, there should be the entry to be able to compete. That's what I meant. I got the phrase wrong, but it was like, I know what the intention of what I'm saying. It's the reverse of that. Yeah.
That's what happened with the railroads. Remember, that's what happened to the railroads here in the United States in the late 1800s during the Industrial Revolution. Is they had a couple people taking over the railroad industry, and that was, the lifeblood of the country. So you got goods across the country. So if you were, in the business of selling, I don't know, couches or bars of soap, right? You had to do business with, one of 2 or 3 people in order to get your product throughout the United States.
Yeah.
So it's got to be an open playing field, a level playing field.
Yeah. And level playing field is 176, The Wizard of Oz. And Back to the Future 176, November the 5th, 176, Full Conclusion 176. So it's big is coming. I'm looking forward to it. I'm interested to see how it all turns out, and we're ready.
It'll be fun if you're prepared. If you're prepared, and you're ready.
Get prepared.
Yeah. If you're not prepared for it and you have no clue what's going on, it's not going to be very much fun. But like I told your viewers in the last episode, even if you're somebody with no budget at all, go out and get a roll of quarters. It's the first thing. Go get a roll of quarters. Take your $10. Go save up in quarters.
Yeah.
You do that long enough, maybe convert those quarters, maybe convert it to silver.
Yeah.
Right? Or just keep it as quarters. You have US money. It's the real deal.
Yeah.
A lot of things people can do.
Talking of silver, so the word silver in numbers is 85, which is also awakening, and it's also storm. And so I liken the story of Noah. So Noah in numbers is 38, which is gold. And then the rains came, the storm came, and storm is silver. So you've got Noah plus storm is gold plus silver. So we've been told throughout, you know, whatever people focus and believe on, you know, some people believe the Bible, others don't. Some are like the stories, but it's like everyone knows the story of the flood and how people weren't prepared, but Noah's building an ark. President Trump had, you know, either the real one or a duplicate of the Ark of the Covenant. Raiders of the Lost Ark. See, Raiders of the Lost Ark. It was in Mar-a-Lago just a few weeks ago. We've had that newspaper decode. It's come up. And Indiana Jones is 115, which is November 5th. November the 5th is 176, level playing field. Wizard of Oz, or The Wizard of Oz, 176. Anyway, but yeah, so Noah, 38 gold, Storm, 85 silver, you know, and you add them together, comes to 123, which comes to Missouri. And that's bang on, that's the Twin City with Kansas City. And the Kansas City Chiefs just won the Super Bowl. You know, so there's a lot of these things that keep pointing us to silver and gold, because silver plus gold is 123, you know. Easy as 1, 2, 3, ABC. You mentioned Michael Jackson earlier on the cover of that Inquirer with JFK. You know, it's like, you know, they're telling us.
It's right out in the open. It's right out in the open. And your viewers should be the first ones to pick up on it. So, yeah. You know, if you have any needs in gold and silver, give me a call. I'm really easy to work with. I send you George magazines and Kennedy memorabilia. So not only do you get the gold and silver, but then you get the additional value. And I've acquired some of the. I'll bring it in next episode. Next episode this week, I'll bring in some really. I did it on Rachel's, but there were some other items that I didn't have. It was buried away that I couldn't pick up. You know, so just kind of like I was sitting there like camera with Rachel, and then I had like a shelf of stuff here, and like not everything's there, and anything that's there is like kind of buried away or in cases. Like I'll do a nice presentation for your viewers, and just cool stuff. It's not for sale. It's for me. A lot of it I plan on giving back to the rightful owner, if you catch my drift.
Exactly. What's the number? There it is up on the screen. What's the number people should call you on, Matt?
480-725-0536. Thank you to those who called in, just by the way. Sorry, I've been slacking. I got a couple messages where people haven't heard back from me, so they're probably like, where's Matt? You know, he offered this stuff.
Where is he? Where's Matt, man?
I've been trying to get in touch with them. I've just been really busy. But even in the voicemail, even if you just leave like your name, phone number, you don't even have to leave because I get the phone number, but just leave like your address, you know, that way I can just boom, boom, boom. I write you a nice card, put it in with the stuff, and happy to mail it out. You know, I got more than I know what to do with, and I know your viewers will appreciate it, will cherish it. That's what's important to me is, you know. Well,
people have been saying in the comments, they've been saying they got their stuff from you, so they're grateful.
Maybe they're gold and silver, but not I'm just being honest, I haven't sent out the collectibles yet.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna be getting that. I should get it done tonight. I'll get it by the next episode. I'll be like, it's sent.
Okay, good.
Check your mailbox. Yeah,
good.
I got you covered, guys.
And then if you're in the position to get some gold and silver, people have been getting that. Call Matt up, and he can do it. You know, because we just don't know. We are on a clock between now and that election. And a lot of people say we won't get to that election as in an election, and that may well be the case. But somewhere this year, and President Trump said it, he said the pause. He said it's 2 years. And he said, in fact, it would be 4 years. So what does that mean, people? You know, it means the pause started when he wasn't brought in on his second term publicly. So the pause, he said, lasts for 4 years, which takes you to November 5th of this year. So, and he said that Biden will crash the stock market. POTUS 45 comes to 136. It comes to Marty McFly 136. It comes to stock market 136. What's he doing with those boots at Comic-Con, you know? Marty McFly was rolled out here in England at the weekend doing the BAFTA Best Film nominee. So he read it out, and it was Christopher Nolan's film, Oppenheimer. So I'm like, they're confirming. I've been talking about all of Nolan's work, Back to the Future continually, and who pops out and gives out the award to the best film? It's Marty McFly. It's
Michael J. Fox.
Michael J. Fox, Marty McFly. The same weekend that President Trump comes out with those boots, and it's like, you got your version there. POTUS 45 was 136. Marty McFly. Great Awakening, Stock Exchange 136. That's what it is, people.
Unbelievable. You didn't tell me that part. Incredible.
Yeah, and also I'm just
like
gonna,
your viewers.
what's that?
I'm learning just like your viewers, you know?
Yeah, that's what it is. It's okay, so I'm just going to confirm and double check this one. And okay. So do you remember we spoke about, did we talk about Batman and the Dark Knight and the American football?
Yes.
I did a tweet on that last week. We had the Super Bowl with all of that. So another reference to that, the Dark Knight comes to 136, which comes to POTUS 45, comes to stock market 136, Martin McFly 136, Great Awakening 136, Dark Knight 136, which is the Batman film. So it's like they're telling us, they're pointing us,
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, they're telling us, man, it's coming. And it's like Trump in the Dark Knight Rises, the third film with that American football thing, that his tower, Wayne Tower, well, Trump Tower is used as Wayne Tower in the Christopher Nolan film. And Trump actually endorsed it, said, it's a great move, and he's there in his office telling everyone. And in his office is where he did the whole thing with the Shaq boots, some serious big old boots. And then he's got some gold, and we talked about that not long ago. Yeah. And then he's got some golden Martin McFly gold sneaker boots, Shaquille O'Neal boot. It's like, that's what happens. It's like you get these reinforcing themes and synchronicities that keep popping up. It's like, it's popcorn. It's brilliant.
Unreal.
Yeah. And there'll be others. Next time we talk, there'll be something. Because the papers do it, and there'll be something else. There'll be a tweet, there'll be a reference. It will just keep,
Well, hey, I mean, if you got 200 extra bucks, you should buy a pair of those Trump sneakers that I bought. I mean, those are probably a good investment.
Yeah.
I'm going to put mine on display. I'm not going to wear them. Just going to put them up.
Yeah.
Anything I've learned, anything, you know what I should do? I'm going to do an episode with you with collectibles, coins, Eagle coins, proof coins with Trump labels. And I'll show your viewers some of the stuff that you can still get some of it. Some of it you can't, or it might be hard to find. But just stuff that's like reasonably priced. If you get an extra couple $100, it's an easy way to take something and like get like a piece of history that in the future is probably worth a lot more. You're not buying it for the silver. I mean, partially you are, but we'll talk. I'll get a cool episode together. We'll have some fun with that.
That'll be good, man. And going back to this one, the gold standard. So you got Trump, 88 miles per hour. The Art of the Deal, 148, Donald J. Trump. Simple Geometric, 148, Emmett Brown, The Time Traveler. If you just do Art of the Deal, 115, which is 11/5, November 5th, which is Indiana Jones. And Raiders of the Lost Ark was at Mar-a-Lago, the Ark of the Covenant, just a few weeks ago, or a replica. Noah's Ark. I know it's not the same Ark, so I understand that because I'm very well versed in biblical stuff. But Noah's Ark, Noah is 38 gold, Storm's 85 silver, and Raiders of the Lost Ark, which is different from Noah's Ark, but nevertheless it's important. 11/5, 115, Indiana Jones, Art of the Deal, November 5th. When was the first date of time travel? When was it discovered in Back to the Future? It was discovered 1955, November 5th. And they jumped into November 5th in the first film. Something's coming, people. Something's coming. Get prepared. Get your gold. Don't be like the people that got washed out with Noah and back in the Bible. Exodus. The book of Exodus is 88 Trump.
Just prepare the best.
78 Kennedy.
Yeah. Go to your bank, get a roll of quarters, whatever you got to do. Just prepare.
Roll. President Trump talked about rolls. Roll, because roll is 45th president. And he was interviewed by Roseanne Barr ages ago. They were friends, and he talked about rolls, and he talked about joking about saying, I don't like it when people sneeze, they come and shake your hand with a roll. And he did another similar interview with another person, but he definitely did that one as well, that content with Roseanne. And he was referencing to the events of 2020, all about clean hands and sneezing and germs, and he knew what was coming. Because he's a time traveler.
Could be. I don't rule it out.
Yeah.
There's
such 148.
Such compelling information. Right. This is such compelling. I don't want to go. It's hard to take that leap, but at this point, it's hard not to.
Go with it, Matt. Art of the Deal, 148. Time Traveler, 148. Emmett Brown, 148. Simple Gematria, 148. The Art of the Deal, 148. You got those books. Ingersoll Lockwood. Trump kept going to Iowa. You've got a road, Ingersoll Drive, right through the middle of Iowa. Iowa's 48. Why is, they've been telling us who President Trump owns the DeLorean. John DeLorean used to own a property in New Jersey, and Trump owns it.
Yeah. The Bedminster, Trump Bedminster.
Yeah, Trump National Bedminster, 283 in numbers. He owns it. I mean, what the likelihood? What's the odds of that? It's too much. It's like when does it become mathematically impossible? It's like it's a deliberate consciousness taking these steps. It's coming. It's coming, and it's really fun. It's amazing. It's brilliant. It's gorgeous. It's brilliant. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. And we're part of it, Matt. Our viewers, you guys and girls back home watching right now, watching the show, commenting, you are all part of the Great Awakening. Great Awakening is 136, Marty McFly. POTUS 45. Stock Market 136, the Great Awakening. Get in on the Great Awakening. Great Awakening 136, stock market. Get in, change your money over, take it out of the market, put it into gold and silver. That's what you got to do. You do the flip, the 180.
Well, I'm here for your people, so just know that I'm here to help, and whatever I can do, big or small, it doesn't matter to me.
Yeah. People, 69. Wealth, 69. Financial, 69. Checkmate, 69. It's coming. Texas, 69. You mentioned at the beginning of the show. That's where there's money stored. People can either get it delivered to your door or your safe house, or you can have it in a safe facility in Texas. 69. It's coming, people. It's coming. All righty.
All right, Tom.
Thank you, buddy. Great to see you. And
I'll see you soon.
I'll see you soon. I'll see you later in the week. And what's the number again? If people can call you.
480-725-0536. And we'll do something special next episode. I'll bring some cool stuff in with me.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
All right, my man. Keep it real.
Keep it real.
What color suit next time?
I always do the blue and black. It's kind of my signature. Yeah.
Cool. Good stuff.
A billion blue jackets and a billion black shirts and
Silver Fox. Silver's 85. Fox is
Air.
Fox is 45.
Perfect.
There you go. Cool. All right, buddy. Thanks, Matt. Speak soon, man. Cheers, man. Take care. Bye.
Bye.